Well, hello there, Shield Wall Nation. This video is going to be about a Get Home bag, what it is, and what pertains to it. And before I can get into that video there, I want you to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell icon so you can get notified whenever I put videos up on the interwebs so you can get all educated. Let's get into it. So, before I even get into it even more, I am using my AirPods to talk, so if it sounds different, sounds weird, if it sounds normal, that is why. I'm in my car right now, I just turned off the AC, and I don't want you to get permission to AC, blast and pass the microphone on my phone, and it's pretty hot, it's 94 degrees out, and I like the solitude of my car because, well, I don't have time to people walk past every couple of minutes, so that's why. So, what is a get home bag? It's exactly what it is. It's the title of a get home bag. It's a bag to assist you during any sort of natural or man-made disaster to get from one location to your house. So, well, a lot of people have asked me this question. I'm going to try to answer to the best of my ability. And that's why I'm doing this video. So, a get home bag. Well, why do you need it? Well, depending on where you work, whether you work at a consistent location like an office, hospital, um, wherever, a location, and it's consistent, that is perfect for a home bag that you don't have to change. So, you can, for a get home bag, you can store it in your work locker area, underneath your desk, um, wherever you can store something safe. Just keep in mind, not all workplaces are firearm profile. So you may not be able to keep it in a bag that's in the locker room, like you work in a federal building, or a police precinct. You may not necessarily have to be a police officer, but you live in a police, or you work in a precinct, or some place that's safe, so you cannot have a concealed or non-concealed firearm. You got to keep that in mind. Also, you want to make sure your get home bag is as easily accessible as possible. Because that get home bag, depending on the situation, might get you out of the situation directly that you're in at work. Unfortunately, like an active shooter, right? Or natural disaster, or man-made disaster, whatever it may be. You need it as immediate as possible. Like I said, locker room at work, underneath your desk, in your desk. If not possible, in your vehicle, your carport, in your co-worker's vehicle. And make sure you have it with you. I got mine on me, my little bit home bag on me, and I think my back, the back of my phone. I'm not gonna dive into it. If you want me to, I can dive into it. I get home bag for you, just so you can see it. You can visually see it, right? So, to pack your bag accordingly, you have to figure out how far you can walk in one day and how many days, if even days, or a day, how many hours it will take you to get home, right? You don't want to, if you have a disability where you don't walk, you can't walk as far. So, on average person, let's say it takes you one day to get home. But for you, it may take a couple days, 3, 4 days, right? So you want to pack accordingly. Yes, your bag's going to be heavier, a little bit bulkier. So you want, and then let's even talk about people that work all over the area. Just one day they may be working 30 minutes away. Next day they may be working 4 hours away. And that's just a drive. You got, for those people, you have to pack accordingly. So if you have a job site you're going to be at for 4 days, 5 days, a week, you got to change up your get home bag. So you got to pack accordingly as far as that. So what do you pack, right? That's going to be a big question is what do you pack? Well, one thing you need to consider is the weather. What is the weather during the time that you're at? So right now it's summertime, right? At least while I'm shooting this video, it's summertime. So what should I pack in there? I should probably pack an extra light pair of socks, right? You don't want it too thick and make your feet all sweaty. And then sweat can definitely start harming your feet in the long run. So lightweight socks. You may or may not want to do either lightweight pants to kind of keep the bugs out or shorts. You may want a comfortable pair of walking shoes. You don't want it to be so insulated that once again your feet are sweaty, right? You may need a scarf or a wide brim hat to protect your neck and your face and your head. You may need some shelter. If it's going to take you more than 12 hours to get home, you may have to stop. You may want a little bit of shelter. Well, what is shelter to you? Is it just a poncho that you can just keep over your head so in case it happens to rain, you keep it off your body, right? So you may need some cordage. There's a lot of things to consider. So you got your clothing you need to consider, elementally sound. You don't want to pack a heavy jacket when it's 94 during the day and 78 at night. And then to get home, you need to maybe consider depending on how far. Like if you live 30 minutes away, a 30-minute drive, it may take you an hour or two to get home. Well, consider the disaster. Is it a hurricane? Is it a tornado that just ripped through everything? Is it a man-made disaster? Is it a huge riot going on? Is it a civil war going on? So maybe something that may take you 2 hours to get home, during something catastrophic, it may take 4 or 6 hours. So consider that as well. So you want to pack for at least a 2-day, at least a 2-day or 48-hour trek. If you think your natural, normal, unimpeded walk is going to be 2 to 4 hours, you may want to plan for 2 days. Even if you think it might take a day, you may want to plan for about 2 days. In case of something catastrophic. And you need to get home to your family, and you need to rendezvous there to then consider another plan, right? You also have to consider calories and water. So calorie intake, water intake. You're going to be walking a while. You need to have the energy to do so. You need to survive that walk. There's this. I'm pretty sure majority of people have heard the term the 3 threes. Sometimes there's more than 3 threes, but it's 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. There's been 3 minutes without hope, 3 seconds without air, or something like that. But you really had to focus on the 3 threes: water, or shelter, water, and food. So that's why I said maybe a poncho. You maybe have a small tarp. And you got some cordage to help put up the tarp. Then you got to consider water. So you may have a few canteens, a few bottles of water in there, a nice big sturdy metal can of water in there. You may have a Camelback that you can put water in there. You may not be traveling home from work for 3 weeks, but you still want some calories in there because you want to make your trek home safe as possible and not diminishing on your health. You don't want that 3 days to be so impeding on your condition, your self condition, because guess what? You may have to consider being healthy and well conditioned for a long period of time, depending on the event at hand. So that's the get home bag. It's to get home and pack accordingly. Because really, a get home bag or a bug out bag or whatever it may be is roughly has these same items in there. It's just a smaller amount, less items, and really consolidates into something much less. So, what kind of bag do you need? Anything to put the items you need to get home. I know 511 makes some good bags. It's like a 12-hour bag, a 24-hour bag, and a 72-hour bag. Really good. Um, carpent is compartmental. So the 511 actually has some good bags. It's the 12-hour bag, the 24-hour bag, the 72-hour bag. Both bags are very well made. They have the each little pocket and has certain little sleeves in there to keep everything organized. Those are can get pricey. You can find bags just like that. I kind of what I suggest is use that as a basis of what to look for in a bag. Maybe you can find something a little bit cheaper as far as money, but don't sacrifice quality because that's your life will depend on your family's life will depend on because if you can't get back home, what's your family gonna do? Is your family prepared to wait, X amount of days? Like say, hey, it should take me a day to get there, but by day 3 I'm not there and things are getting bad. Go, leave without me. I can try to meet you there. Something to also consider. Also, another thing you consider is your families. Who's going to go pick up the kids at school? How's your wife or your husband or girlfriend or your boyfriend going to get from work to maybe the school to pick up the kids if that's part of the plan, or from their work to home? They got to have one too. Because there's no way you're the superhero and you can go and carry all the supplies for your kids, for your girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, whatever they may be. You're not a superhero. You shouldn't play a superhero because that will once again take effect on your body in the long term. So, anyways, enough of my rant. Make sure you at least have a get home bag. In another video, I'll talk about a bug out bag and what that should be considered and how to go about that whole scenario. So, anyways, Shield Wall Nation, make sure you stay strong, stay resilient. Shield Wall